Hello everyone, it's your friend, your boy, Jump Like the One and Only, here with another exciting live stream. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a live comic book review. So DC has started doing this thing called Digital First, where they're releasing a new comic each day for people to read. The comics are only about 99 cents a piece, and since comics essentially have not been being released physically, so there haven't been a lot of new comics coming out recently. I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for me to start a daily comic book review show. Now that there's one comic each day, I think it'll be fairly easy for me to keep up with all these comics and to create reviews for you guys each day. Plus, it gives me a steady bit of reading throughout the week. So I think that'll be pretty solid. So the title of today's comic is Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Power Play. It is a story about Superman facing off against Parasite. For those of you who don't know Parasite, he's a big purple monster who has an uncontrollable desire to consume energy. He has the power to absorb many different types of energy into his body, and the more energy he absorbs, the stronger he becomes. Parasite tries to feed off of the power grid, so Superman meets up with him at the power station and tries to reason with him. He knows that Parasite once was a good man, and he's trying to convince him not to, screw over the whole city. But Parasite is only concerned with his overwhelming need to consume energy, and he attacks Superman. Superman tries to fight back, but Parasite gets the upper hand by absorbing energy directly from Superman himself. But before Parasite can defeat Superman, the power station overloads, and Parasite loses the power that he absorbed. This forces Parasite to have to flee away from the scene in search of more energy. People in the streets of Metropolis are panicking due to the power outage, but Superman advises the people of Metropolis to help each other until the power comes back on, which helps to calm down the situation. Parasite then attempts to absorb the energy from the hospital's Parasite attempts to absorb the energy from the hospital's emergency generators, but Superman flies in and takes Parasite to the dark side of the moon. The lack of energy on the dark side of the moon causes Parasite to run out of power faster than he can actually absorb power from Superman. Parasite passes out due to the lack of power, and Superman takes Parasite to get medical attention. The story ends with Lex Luthor talking to himself, mocking Superman for his kindness, and stating that it is actually Superman's greatest weakness. My favorite moment from this book is the speech that Superman gives to the citizens of Metropolis about helping each other during a crisis. So this was like a quick skim over of the book. I didn't go over like everything that happened in it. So when I'm talking about my favorite moments and my least favorite moments, I may mention stuff going into more detail about moments that I had talked about like only a little bit, and even mention moments that I may not have mentioned while going over the whole review. So with that out of the way, again, my favorite moment was that speech that Superman gives. I gave you the basic premise of the speech, but I felt like it was very powerful, and it's probably the most Superman thing of this Superman book. The way that he rallies the people together and says, like, hey, I don't know when the power is going to come back on, but the only way we're going to make it through this is by, doing for each other and watching each other's backs. And it immediately inspires the people of Metropolis to start reaching out and helping others. And I thought that was really cool. It was a really powerful message. My least favorite moments of this book, there are a few parts of the story that feature Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen that to me felt pretty standard and not particularly interesting. They weren't bad moments of the book by any means. It's just, I feel like after reading so many Superman stories, a lot of those Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane moments feel like they feel a little bit like filler, but I understand their purpose. I get that they help you see the world as not just superheroes punching supervillains. It adds like some levity and some realism to it. It shows that there are real characters living in a real world. So I appreciate those scenes, but I don't necessarily get super hyped for those scenes. To me, they're just kind of okay. So those were my least favorite moments of the book. And then my recommendation. Would I recommend for someone else to read this book? I say if you're looking for like a standard Superman story, something that's just kind of a run of the mill Superman story but isn't bad, like just a good example of what a Superman story is, I don't think this would be a bad book to check out. If you're interested in seeing like Superman and Parasite fight head to head, then this would definitely be a good book to check out. Otherwise, I'd say it's fairly skippable. And that's pretty much my review. Yo, P! Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I'm actually about to start up another stream right after this one. In the next stream, I'm going to be talking about what books I've been working on and future writing projects and stuff like that. This stream was just more or less me giving a quick comic review. I'm going to be doing daily comic review streams, so I hope you guys are excited for that. So stay tuned for that. If you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 ring the notification bell to be notified whenever I do these live streams. Stay tuned. I'm about to do another stream right after this. Peace. Check it out.